we mentioned you're a busy bloke, most notably with the Fight Zone event coming up next month, July the 13th. The event's obviously being put on by a man you've already mentioned, Dennis Hobson and Steve Crump. They've obviously got some massive plans coming up. Yeah. What does this opportunity mean for you, not only you as a coach, but your fighters in this gym as well?
So it's just an unbelievable, because like, see, I was lucky as a young pro to sell assault tickets. I had great guidance in Glyn. And Dennis for my first few fights as well. So Glyn used to put a show on, a boxing night, Dennis will put a show on, and this and that. And then Dennis will tell you, he loves to tell me, if I'd have signed with him, I would have been a world champion. I don't doubt it, to be honest. We went a different route and stuff like that, but I feel like this day and age, if you're not signing for Frank Warren or Eddie Hearn, everybody thinks you're not worth signing. And you can't be on this, and you can't be on Sky shows, and you can't be on that, you can't be on big platforms, you can't sign with Eddie. Your Eddies and Franks are only going to sign people who they think is going to be superstars. Yeah. Like they're not, and this is no disrespect, because they're brilliant, you know what I mean? But they're not gonna rebuild fighters. No. Fighters need a loss sometimes. Tommy Frank took a loss, 2 losses in a row, British champion. Yeah, Keenan lost. Keenan lost after 3 fights. He's still one of the top fighters in Britain. Clinton lost for David Starr for Commonwealth title. Went on to won everything, British, Commonwealth, European, world title. Like, you need that, and I feel like your Eddies and your Franks and stuff like, and my kids, hopefully one of Young's kids go to Olympics or something, and then they might have a chance to sign for Eddie. But then if they do, it will be with me and Dennis. You will sign with me and Dennis, and me and Dennis will work with them if we want to work with them, kind of thing. You know what I mean? But it's just such a platform, so they're not turning over, and if they're not this superstar going to sign for them and doing this and that, so-called top dogs or whatever, right? Then they're still going to box on brilliant shows with ring walk entrances and yourself doing media and still doing that. They're not boxing at working men's clubs or going on the road and boxing. Yeah. And also, what they do realise, because I tell them, but what they don't realise as well is like, they're not just having an opportunity with somebody what's just thrown it together. Like, people will say, I'm just saying this, I know they will, but like, they've got one of the best promoters in the country as well, doing it with him. Yeah. Worked with Amir Khan, worked with Ricky Hatton, worked with Roy Jones, put Ricky Hatton on in Vegas and stuff, and Barrera, and got Jamie McDonald's world titles, and you know what I mean? Like Dennis isn't just somebody what's chucked a few quid at it, and they've got nice lights and a nice ring. Like, I've got one of the best promoters the country's seen as well. So like, how lucky they are is like, it's unfathomable. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, unflammable. So yeah, it's great, and I'm just so lucky. Well, I'm not going to say lucky, because I've worked hard to do it. So I'm not lucky. I've got myself in a position where Dennis respects me enough to let me make some decisions as well. Yeah. To make decisions. He'll say, what about putting him in Winfield? Can I go now, mate? Kind of like, all right, sound. Not like, oh yeah, but yeah, I don't know about that. What about that? He just goes, all right, if you don't feel like it, sound, don't worry about it. Yeah. Or I'll say, what about putting him in? Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's do that. So I've worked hard to get to that position, but it's brilliant.
Yeah, and obviously you've got Mason Dickinson. I think he's in his 5th pro fight, is it?
Yeah, 5th.
And then you got Mikey Harrison making his debut.
Yeah.
How are they both looking going into the final weeks? Before fight night.
Yeah, they're looking very good, but they both very, what's the word? Not insecure. That's the wrong word. The young pros what want it that much, they overthink everything. Yeah. Worry. Have I had enough sparring? I've had enough of this. I don't feel brilliant. What about this? Mason coming here, right? Marley horse over there, eating pads. Nearly knocked his dad's hands off. I don't think I seen Mikey smile for 3 days. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but it's just because of how much they want it.
Of course.
And it's a good thing, because if they didn't care and they weren't bothered, they weren't going to do anything. Do you know what I mean? But like, it's a great thing to see, because it implements to me the fact that, like, forget talent wise or whatever. Yeah, you can have talent. They've both got talent. You can have as much as you want. But they've got to have that attitude as well. They've got to have that drive. They've got to have that attitude to be able to do anything.
Yeah.
Or they're not going to. So, like, to me, I can see in the future, I can see they've had loads of sparring. I can see they're going to be all right. I know for a fact they don't start sharpening up until 2 weeks before. I know they've still got 6 weeks. They don't want to feel good 6 week out. I know professional boxing like the back of my hand.
Yeah.
I've done that many camps, that many sessions. To them, they don't. It's all new.
Yeah.
So, to them, if they're not sparring well 6 week out, it's the end of the world. To me, it's like, I'll get out. I don't matter. We've had a bad day of sparring, be all right. We have to do this, and that.
Yeah.
And then, and then the food, I'm a bit overweight, I'm like this. Hey, you're doing perfect. When we cut that down, you'll piss it.
Yeah.
But to them, it's a good attitude to have. I'm glad they've got that attitude. And I'm glad they pester me. And I'm glad they're on my back and they're asking silly questions, because no question's a silly question. Because if they didn't ask the question, did something wrong, I'd be on the bike. Why have you done that? Oh, I didn't know. Well, why didn't you ask?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, they're looking well. Looking sharp. Mason's got his first 6 rounder. Mike's obviously got his debut. And yeah, I'm very, very excited about it, to be honest.
And obviously, Mike is making his debut. He's going to be a relatively unknown quantity to Sheffield fans. But how excited should they be for Mikey's debut?
Well, unknown quantity. He's done about 1,000 tickets, I think. So, yeah. He's up there. I don't know if he's laughing or shitting himself. No, do you know what? He's going to be a very, very good fighter. He's just has to believe in himself, which is coming.
Yeah. The
problem in the amateurs is every kid he went in with, 20 odd fights, probably won 11, 12, something like that. But every single kid he went in with, I remember one kid in Leeds who was just better than Mikey. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Just better than him. I remember a good kid. Don't think he's doing that now. I remember saying, but he's not boxing 5 years. I remember saying that. And he's obviously not. But every other kid he's been in with, he's been better than. He could have won 20 out of 21 fights easily. But he just couldn't find that thing inside him to believe he was better than the kid.
Yeah.
To stick it on him when I told him to stick it on him. To do something when I told him to do it. And then towards the end of his amateur career, it started to come. Then I was seeing him doing it. He was sparring with kids who had like 18 pro fights and 115 and kind of standing them on the head a little bit and sparring with pros. And I just thought, he'll be 10 times better at this.
Yeah.
Million times better at this. And then he had his last amateur fight, he won it, boxed another good kid, Calvin Mayo, he's turning pro. Calvin got a big bad cut and they were doing 3-3s. Got cut.
Dave Allen's?
Yeah, Dave Allen's lad. And I just thought, you know what? That could have been Mikey that, and he could have been out for 6 months. So he's doing 3-3s anyway, 20 odd bouter. He's going to be better as a pro. Time for him to have a go now.
Yeah.
Time for him to turn him over. If you get a bad cut as a pro and you're out for 6 months, you might have got $3,000 in your bank, $4,000 in your bank. You're out for 6 months for your cut, 3-3s amateur, you got a trophy on mantelpiece.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm not one of them what says, oh, you box pro, have a trophy, don't pay it rent. But I mean, when you're a 20 odd bouter and we're thinking about turning you over anyway, I thought to myself, it's time now.
Yeah, well, I'm really excited to see Mikey's debut. Obviously, I'd love to keep you all day, but I know you're a busy man, John.
Do you know what? I would have been here all day, but anybody what follows me on social media knows about my wife's obsession with balloons. I've actually got to go and pick a balloon up. So I've got to pick a balloon up, then I've got swimming, then I've got football, then we've got something else. So that's the side people don't see.
100%.
So I bet Freddie Roach has to do school run once upon a time. Right? Do you know what I mean? So, but it will work better in the long run. And I tell you what I'm going to say really quick, I'm going to plug it. Right? I'm going to have to be really, really quick. I've set up my own boxing scholarship as well. So me and Hillsborough College, Sheffield College, have his own John Fewkes boxing scholarship. Right? With Titans Boxing. And then, so Titans Boxing, Dennis Hobson Promotions are hand in hand. They're all one. A bit of a separate entity, right? But so they go through any school leavers, what are good fighters, what want to box alongside, learn a trade and stuff like that. That's kind of what I'm doing. So I'm hopefully one day I'll be able to have all the kids filter through the scholarship, train me pros, train me kids class, because I love them. You see me kids class earlier and I love it. Me baby, my kids' class is my next Ricky Hatton, my next Floyd Mayweather, or next Mason Dickinson, or next Mikey Harrison, and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? So I would always do that. But then hopefully my days of rushing between school runs and football and karate and swimming and gymnastics and picking some butter up because we ran out and I used the last bit of it and never told her, will kind of thingy. But the sacrifice now will hopefully lead to that one day. And we'll be here, hopefully we'll be here for years and years and years to come. And one day we'll be here 10 years' time and I'll have my world champions and I'll have this, I'll have that. And you'll go, remember when we did that interview? I'll go, yeah. Well, hopefully, not hopefully, I know I will.
Yeah.
Because I won't fail at this
one. It one bit, John.
I won't fail at this. Not a prayer.
Top man. Listen, thanks for your time, mate. And hopefully we'll catch you at the event.
No problem. Thanks very much, pal.